And welcome to Chapter 4. What we're looking at in Chapter 4, objectives 1, 2, well, really 2, 3, and 4, is we're going to talk about something that is very important to understand for microeconomics. And that's the difference between a change in the quantity demanded and a change in demand. Notice how one word, quantity, means something totally different to economists. So because I believe this is very important and I really want to emphasize it, I'm going to do like this little breakout thing. And hopefully by the end of this, you will totally understand the difference between the two. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you. Okay, there we go. I had to cue it up. All right, so what we're looking at here is what is the difference between a change in the quantity demanded and a change in demand. Let me start by saying that a change in the quantity demanded, the only thing that can cause a change in the quantity demanded is a change in price. That's it. Okay? Everything else causes a change in this case, demand. So this is everything else. We're going to look at a few examples, but basically everything other than price causes a change in demand. The only thing that causes a change in the quantity demanded is price. So here's an example. This is a change in the quantity demanded, okay? Because what changed here? Okay, so this is a change in, and economists like to use little symbols, especially in micro. So we're going to use delta, which means change in the quantity demanded. And let's see why it's that. So here we started off at P1 is equal to 4. Follow that over, mark A, and the quantity demanded. Whoops, I need to erase that. Oh, done. This is where I always have fun. And let's see, Control P. Come on, baby. Okay, Q1. All right. So at a price of $4, we have a quantity demanded of 20. The price is going to change, right? The price here is increasing. It's doubling to $8. So this is P2. See the change in the price? And that change in price, as the price increases, we know by the law of demand that the quantity demanded decreases, all else held constant. So when the price went up to $8, the quantity fell to Q2. Notice that we're moving from point A to point C. So this is movement along the curve. And the only thing that can cause that movement along the curve is a change in, or delta, change in price. So we know that this depiction here, the movement along the demand curve, is a change in the quantity demanded. Why? Because what caused that was price, and that's the only thing that can cause movement along a demand curve is a change in price. Okay, so we've learned the one thing that causes a change in the quantity demanded is price. Everything else that you might think of causes a shift in the demand curve, or what we'd like to say is a change in demand. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that. I'm going to share my screen with you. Go ahead, move that one. Okay, so there we go. spot on. All right. So here we have a little bit different scenario. In this price, let me just do some writing here. Come on, work with me. All right. So here, our price is at $4, okay? And if we follow this over, again, we'll look for D1. That's where we're going to start, right here at A. At a price of $4, we have a quantity demanded of 20. So this would be our Q1. Okay. Now, what happened was something other than a change in price. Maybe people said, hey, it's probably not good for me. So the price stays the same, right? Because now we have price still at $4. But something happened, okay? Like, hey, smoking causes cancer. That caused the demand curve to move or jump inward, okay? So at this new Q2, let me do this in a slightly different color. Make sure I got it. So this new Q2, okay, is 10. So price didn't change here, but yet quantity changed. So we would call this particular thing, because price didn't change, we would say this is a change in, or delta, demand. In other words, it made the curve jump either inward or outward, in this case, inward, right? So price isn't a factor here. Price remains the same, but the quantity shifts, or the curve. The quantity changes. Let's say that because it's a little bit easier. Quantity changes because of demand curve shifts. So we see a jump. Now, because I believe this is so important, I am willing to make a real big fool out of myself to differentiate these two ideas. So the next video, I hope you enjoy it. There's two. The first one talks about a change in the quantity demanded. Remember that change in the quantity demanded, the only thing that can cause that to happen is price, or price, baby. The second one talks about all else, everything else, anything else you can think of other than price will cause the curve to jump. So I hope you enjoy price and jump, and I'll see you back in a minute.